Have you ever wondered why those who are chosen are untouchable, and why it could be dangerous to provoke them? In the greater scheme of things, they play a big part, but their significance is sometimes obscured by fear and misconceptions. It is crucial to acknowledge their strengths and the difficulties they encounter in order to promote a peaceful, conflict-free life. Come explore the mystery surrounding the presence of the chosen ones and how they may be a tremendous force for positive change in the world. You won't want to miss it. The first justification for never offending the chosen is their spiritual strength and heavenly protection. Beneath a veil of invisible protection, these people are more than just extras in the cosmic drama. They are the main characters, protected and guided by powers we cannot fully understand. Their spiritual strength is not a fiction, rather it is an actual force that can change the atmosphere of a space, transforming conflict into harmony or darkness into light. This is about fighting life's obstacles head-on with a protective force at their side, not about getting by without any help. Think of the person in your life who always appears to handle difficult situations with an inexplicable grace. You are amazed at how resilient they are when they come out of adversity, not only uninjured but often even richer. This is the sign of divine protection, a barrier that guards against both physical harm and the turbulence that aims to disturb their soul. Their spiritual strength affects not just their own journey, but also those around them, frequently in subtle but profound ways that you would not see at first. Its spiritual might is not like a sword, rather it runs like a river, touching lives, curing wounds, and occasionally guiding the whole awareness in the direction of greater good. It is an act against them as well as the very currents of this heavenly protection to oppose them, to question or minimize their essence. Such acts have knock-on effects that impact not only the provocateur, but also the structure of their relationships with other people. The chosen ones are, in essence, a force of great might when faced with challenges, but they also possess a sacred fire, which provides them with light and warmth. It's like admitting shadows into your life, misinterpreting their character, or worse, trying to break their spirit. Their heavenly protected spiritual bond acts as a lighthouse, providing direction and hope to those who are lost in their own shadows. Acknowledging this in them signifies the breadth of their influence on the world and the foolishness of misinterpreting their generosity for feebleness. Their intellectual brilliance and knowledge provide a second reason to proceed with caution while interacting with the chosen. This goes beyond having a high IQ or receiving honors in school. It has to do with a tremendous depth of insight and understanding that filters out the daily din. The chosen ones are able to see solutions where others see barriers to hopelessness because of their depth of knowledge and clarity of intellect. You may have encountered someone in your daily life who, with a few words, had the power to completely change your perspective and lead you down unexpected and exciting roads. They break down difficult issues easily. Their brains are filled with intricate concepts and solutions, constantly prepared to help those who are confused. This intellectual might is not for show. Rather, it is a tool that must be used carefully and precisely, honing through study and practice. When faced with choices, the selected ones perceive a web of options where most see a fork in the path. Every thread has a possible route to a different fate. Their frequently requested counsel is not offered carelessly. It is a condensed version of knowledge refined from experiences, setbacks, and victories. Their intimidating nature stems not from their capacity to control a topic, but rather from their ability to raise it to hitherto unexplored intellectual spaces. It is a mistake to underestimate their intelligence or challenge them, not because you are endangering their iron, but rather because you are cutting yourself off from a wealth of wisdom. Their knowledge serves as a bridge, not a sword, to unite diverse concepts, individuals, and feelings. Their comments carry a resonance, a frequency that touches people deep down and inspires them to be more empathetic and kind. The wisdom and brilliance of the selected ones' minds are a lighthouse among the turbulent sea of obstacles encountered in life. Ignoring this light is like trying to navigate in the dark without knowing what understanding shores lie just around the corner. Their brains, a wealth of creativity and ideas, provide more than simply answers. They provide a glimpse into the future, should we have the courage to pay attention and take notes. The fact that those you have chosen have the ability to influence on many levels is the third reason it's critical to treat them with decency and transparency. This is a fundamental ability to touch lives deeply and to catalyze change not just in circumstances, but in one's very soul. It is not about simple charm or persuading. As change agents, the selected ones move through the world. Every exchange between them has the power to change someone's emotional, psychological, or spiritual path. These people have probably affected you when you were most vulnerable. Talking to them can be like a balm to the soul, calming your anxieties and sparking your hope again. They gently lead us toward a deeper comprehension of who we are and where we fit in the universe because they are aware of the complex interactions between thoughts and emotions that shape our behavior. Their perceptions have the ability to untangle the tangles in our hearts and brains, illuminating avenues we were too scared to take. Their impact goes beyond the individual, affecting communal lives and influencing the cultural climate of their day. They foster a sense of cohesion, empathy, and purpose by their words, deeds, and very presence. Their enormous empathy, which enables them to feel the currents of collective awareness and guide others toward healing and progress, is the source of their ability to have an impact on many levels. Therefore, interacting with those you have chosen is never passive. It's a call to action to grow, face, and overcome the boundaries we've placed on ourselves. Missed chances for individual and group transformation might result from misinterpreting or discounting their influence. Their existence in our life is a blessing, an opportunity to see and experience our greatest potential come to pass. To oppose a selected one is to oppose the very forces of development and enlightenment that they represent. Though occasionally subtle, their influence is always profound, making a lasting impression on the minds and souls of everyone they come into contact with. The secret to opening doors we were unaware existed is to welcome the perspective and consciousness shift they bring about and embrace the change they bring, to a future where it is not only possible but inevitable for people to grow emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. The stark reality of chosen one's isolation and social rejection is the fourth compelling reason to approach them with caution and understanding. This seclusion is a result of their special qualities rather than a choice, a noticeable departure from the usual that, in most cases, leads to miscommunication and mistrust. The selected ones, with their levels of understanding and spiritual connection, are always on the periphery, sometimes looked upon with distrust or unjustified fear. This misconception in society is a serious issue. It's a powerful barrier that frequently pushes the selected people into a defensive posture, guarding their space and their truth. Think about the visionaries and inventors of our day, people whose concepts were once thought to be too radical or deep to comprehend. Their travels were fraught with opposition and mockery, not because their ideas were unworthy, but rather because they dared to look beyond the boundaries of society. The defensive stance of the chosen is a defense against the unrelenting onslaught of doubt and criticism, not an indication of animosity. Their zeal for defending their area serves as a haven for the seeds of enlightenment and change they tend to, as well as for themselves. Their ideas, which are sometimes misinterpreted or underappreciated by society, can flourish in this environment free from the restrictive confines of societal norms. Comprehending and honoring this defensive posture is essential. You run the risk of misinterpreting their contributions' worth and the core of their being if you enter this space without their consent or showing empathy. The seclusion of the selected ones is a reflection of our shared apprehension about the unknown and what is outside of our comfort zones. Knowing this, we have to learn to approach them with an open mind and heart, eager to delve into the depths they have to give without bias. Their misinterpreted character invites us to broaden our perspectives and welcome diversity in thought, attitude, and behavior, rather than acting as a barrier. Their struggles in society serve as a reminder of both the transformational power of empathy and open-mindedness, as well as our innate predisposition to fear the unknown. By coming to terms with the chosen ones, we open the door to a society that cherishes diversity, looks past outward manifestations, and recognizes the significant contributions of individuals who live among us as agents of change. The chosen ones are special people, and one of the main reasons their presence in our life warrants respect and careful thought is their great intuitive sense. They have a distinct viewpoint on the world and its intricate web of relationships because of their innate intuitive aptitude, which is the capacity to discern intents and truths that are hidden beneath the surface. Reading between the lines is not as important as comprehending the unspoken messages that reverberate through our decisions and behaviors, the silent language of the heart and spirit. You may have come across people in your daily contacts who just seem to know things about you, about other people, or about events that are happening. It is in these moments when the intuition of the chosen one shines, offering insights that have the power to change lives. Their comprehension surpasses the mental, drawing from a reservoir of compassion and insight that can reveal the masks we frequently put on for the outside world. Because of their innate awareness, they are influential people in social dynamics, not because they aim for dominance or control, but rather for peace and understanding. They are adept at navigating challenging social environments with elegance. They frequently serve as peacemakers and mediators, bridging divides between opposing ideas and mending hurts with their wisdom. They are incredibly useful allies because of their capacity to read the nuances of human emotion and thought, but it also makes them unique and somewhat perplexing. Neglecting this intuitive knowledge is like ignoring one of the strongest weapons in the Chosen One's arsenal. Because of their observations, they are able to behave with a compassion and foresight that often seems unearthly, which both draws people to them and distinguishes them from others. They help people around them gain a better grasp of who they are and the fabric of human connection by perceiving not just what is, but also what might be. When you interact with someone you've chosen, and you know they have this keen sense of intuition, you have the chance to view the world and yourself with greater awareness and empathy. It's an opportunity to have the truths of your heart acknowledged and treated with respect, and to be understood on a level you may not have previously believed possible. Through their intuition, the Chosen Ones provide more than simply a mirror reflecting our actual selves. They open a gateway to a world ruled by compassion and understanding. Their extraordinary power to transform negative into positive is the sixth and most persuasive reason to carefully navigate your encounters with the Selected Ones. The Selected Ones possess a secret power, a strange alchemy that turns the darkest circumstances into beacons of light, that allows them to overcome obstacles that seem insurmountable in the shadow of misfortune. This mysterious capacity to transform difficult circumstances into chances for development and improvement is not just a talent, but an art form that they have honed in the furnace of their own hardships. The path the Chosen Ones travel is paved with difficulties. Every roadblock serves as a teaching tool, and every setback offers an opportunity to learn more about the age-old art of metamorphosis. They contain the key to this sacred metamorphosis somewhere within the hidden chambers of their essence. It's as though they have an inner philosopher's stone that can transform the weight and lead of despair into brilliant beams of optimism. In a metaphorical sense, their touch has the power to change the very fabric of reality by transferring energy from discord to harmony and from fragmentation to completeness. This is about realizing that there is light hidden in the shadows, not about rejecting the existence of darkness. It may appear like a magic trick or a lucky break to the uninformed eye, but this procedure is not random. It requires conscious effort and a thorough comprehension of the universal principles that control transformation and balance. Beyond the here and now, past the anguish and suffering, the Chosen Ones perceive the possibility of enlightenment and rejuvenation that lies beneath. By interacting with them, particularly during turbulent times, you may find yourself engulfed in this enigmatic process when your own negatives are gradually transformed into positives. This is an invitation to take part in your own transformation under the guidance of those who have perfected the craft, not a passive experience. This ability to transform serves as a reminder of our shared extraordinary resilience and capacity for transformation. It provides a window into a world where every setback can serve as the starting point for a brand new positive and is evidence of the Chosen One's capacity to serve as messengers of hope and healing. It is in their presence that one discovers the darkest darkness is not a dead end, but rather a moment of opportunity for a remarkable turnaround and back towards the light. The Chosen One's function as carriers of secret knowledge is the eighth reason you should proceed with caution while interacting with them. Secret ones may include old knowledge or wisdom that is not easily accessible to the general population. Ignoring their teachings may cause one to lose out on life-changing realities. These people have secrets whispered through the ages within the quiet recesses of their beings. Secrets hidden since the beginning of time. This concealed knowledge, which is sometimes viewed as mysterious or obscure, has the ability to change views and even the very ground upon which you stand. Perhaps more often than you think, you come across these keepers of secrets in the form of the silent bystander at the edge of the conversation, the gentle sage whose eyes glitter with untold stories, or the lonely traveler whose silence tells volumes. Their knowledge is not always communicated verbally. Sometimes it is done by deeds, energy transferred silently, or the powerful influence of their very presence. Disregarding the selected ones is akin to passing by a treasure box without realizing the abundance within. They carry with them ancient wisdom that holds the key to uncovering the mysteries of the cosmos, the self, and the intricate relationship between the two. This kind of information has the power to spur development, motivate transformation, and spark a better comprehension of the universe and our role in it. Imagine the instant when a fragment of their obscure wisdom unexpectedly dawns on you, illuminating previously unseen nuances. It's similar like discovering a map that leads to hidden treasures. This insight can appear in the most ordinary of circumstances, a remark, a gesture, or simply a moment of silence shared by two people that unexpectedly alters your viewpoint and makes clear paths to understanding and enlightenment that were previously hidden by the ordinary. Then, to ignore the chosen is to shut your eyes to the stars above and deprive yourself of their light's direction. If you accept their secret information, it can change the way you see the world and your place in it, giving you a deeper, more complex perspective. Their enigmatic messages and tacit teachings hold the key to significant individual and societal change, as well as the opportunity to engage with realities that speak to your innermost self. The chosen ones show up as catalysts for change, holders of great gifts and keepers of age-old knowledge. Not only is it an act of reverence to acknowledge and respect their unique role and capabilities, but it also shows that you recognize the potential beneficial impact they can have on our world. Their existence among us serves as a link between the visible and invisible, a conduit through which the universe's whispers are translated into perceptions and deeds that can lead humanity toward enlightenment, compassion, and deeper understanding. But the strength and profundity of the chosen one's contributions are frequently misinterpreted, which breeds hostility and seclusion. Therefore, it is imperative to exercise prudence and abstain from underestimating or provocation. This takes us to the main point of our discussion, which is the need for peace and understanding between the chosen and the general public. Respect for one another is not only a noble concept, it is also a useful approach to access the wealth of knowledge and understanding that certain people possess. By means of this courteous interaction, we may cultivate a setting in which the transforming abilities of those who have been selected are welcomed rather than feared, resulting in positive consequences for all parties. It takes open minds and hearts, a readiness to listen, and a dedication to look past appearances to arrive to this peaceful living. By doing this, we contribute to the creation of a collective tapestry that represents the entire range of human potential, in addition to improving our personal lives. Thus, let us treat the selected ones with the respect and decency they merit, seeing in them the mirror of our shared hopes for a world characterized by more harmony, peace, and understanding. We open the door to a future formed by the common wisdom and vision of all humanity, led by the light of the chosen ones, by acknowledging and respecting one another.